Hi there, welcome to another episode of CEO's Corner. My name is Flora and I'm your host. Today we're here at Swifta Systems and Services, which is a tech solutions provider company that is committed to adopting innovative ways to provide technology solutions across Africa to guarantee excellence and success for their clients' businesses and also to improve lives within the entrepreneurial space. And so today we are going to be interviewing Mr. Ayotunde Farinu. Well, without further ado, I'd like to welcome Ayotunde Farinu to the show. Hello, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's good to have you on here.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. It's a privilege.
It's a pleasure.
Right.
You're here too.
Yes, thank you. So kicking off, Swifta. I see that Swifta has been in existence for a while now.
Yeah.
Right. So tell me, why Swifta? What motivated you to start Swifta?
Okay. At the core of our mission in Swifta is to drive processes and build solutions that drive innovation. Our goal is to drive innovation across Africa. So, right from inception, we have been committed to adopt innovative approach to providing business solutions using technology. And we are very, very committed to ensure that we guarantee excellence and innovative service delivery for our clients.
Nice. So tell me, how has that journey been since inception now for Swifta? How's the journey been? How's the growth been? What has it been like for Swifta?
It's been awesome so far. I remember that there was a point in time where all we had was a few clients in Nigeria. And we realized that it was important for us to scale. We took very decisive decisions to scale our business across verticals. And not only that, we also moved beyond the shores of Nigeria. And that's led to us being about 13 countries in Africa.
Yeah.
So it's been a journey of innovation. From inception, we knew it was important for us to keep innovating in order to remain relevant in our space.
Right. I mean, the idea of the company now is, bringing up innovative ideas to help your clients. And so, I would believe that has been a success so far.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah. Now, you said that, you've gone so far to being in certain countries in Africa, and that would also imply that you have so many products, that you've done, probably that you've supported or that you've made from the scratch. Now, tell me, how do you manage all of these products, these apps? How do you manage them?
Our products are a combination of products that we build locally, and those that we resell on behalf of our partners and implement on their behalf. The reality is that there's one connecting point. What has made it quite easy for us is the fact that our product and services are properly aligned with our mission of driving innovation. Let me give you instances. Our Tech for Hire product allows us to actually help our clients to roll out innovative products and services as quickly as possible while they focus on their core business. Aside from that, it also allows our clients we allow our client to keep their systems and their technology infrastructure up and running while they focus on their core business. So another example is Google Workspace and GCP that we implement, right? These products help to increase the productivity level of our clients and individuals, that work in the organizations. So if you look at all of these products, you'll see that there's a common connection, and the common connection is still driving innovation.
Right. Now, talking about these products that you've helped to sell for your for clients, I think that is what it is. this would also mean partnership, right?
Obviously.
On a grand scale. And I see that you have core partners rather, with so many firms and companies. Now tell me, how this means that you definitely value partnership.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
And we refer to our partners as partners in progress.
Okay.
The core of our business relies on partnership.
Okay.
In fact, relies on strategic partnership.
Okay.
And we've been very lucky to have great partners, big partners.
Yeah, I see that.
You
See
know,
that.
and that has helped our growth in many ways.
Okay.
We are in a world where collaboration is very, very important. You know, no one can do it all. No one's on an island, as they say. So, strategic partnership with our partners actually makes it easier for us to be able to drive innovation across a couple of verticals.
Okay. I think well, that already it speaks for itself, because I was going to ask how major the role of your partners are, and I don't even need to ask that because like you said, they are strategic partners and definitely are doing awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. Now talking about, like you said, this Swifta is a tech solution provider company. So yeah, talking about the tech space, we know now that women are breaking barriers in the tech space, and I would believe that you have women here in your space. Tell me, what other goals does Swifta have goals of taking in more women in its space as a tech company?
Okay, let me start by saying that traditionally, the tech industry is a male-dominated industry,
Exactly.
right? But I must say that here at Swifta, we are very proud to say that we have women who are doing fantastic jobs,
Great.
adding great value. You know, I am proud to say that we have about 40% of our workforce, close to 40% of our workforce comprises of women. You know, and I think about 35% of our senior management members are female.
Wow, that's great.
So we are very, very deliberate and very conscious about inclusion. Inclusion brings about growth. Inclusion brings or stimulate productivity. Inclusion stimulates development, and we are very determined to ensure that we embrace inclusion.
Great.
I mean, fantastic. I mean, our women are doing wonderful things. I must say, they are adding great value and making fantastic difference.
Yeah, I think it's a great thing that women are not left behind.
Yeah,
and that they are, like you said, they are included in in making sure that Swifta is achieving its goals and its mission.
Yeah, and I see this trend improving. Beyond Swifta, across the world, across industries. I see women taking charge. We see it; it's very clear.
Yeah.
And I don't think there's anything a man can do
that a woman cannot do.
A woman will not even do better.
Yes, I think I support that. Now, like you mentioned earlier, you said you have, I think you said you have branches in 13 countries now in Africa.
Yeah.
So how do you...
We have presence in about 13
countries. Now, how do you manage work from here? How do you manage business from here?
Okay, so like I kept saying, we are at the forefront of innovation, right? And we have tools, productivity tools, that we deploy for our clients, that make them work efficiently and effectively. So it is just natural that we will also make use of these tools. So there are so many innovative ways of working remotely. Let me give an instance. Our Clever HR, which is one of our products, actually helps organization to perform to carry out performance appraisals from anywhere. It helps them to track the activities of their employees, their staff. It it manages, does lead management and a couple of functionalities you will expect an HR department to do, to carry out, So it doesn't matter where you are, you can actually make use of this product.
Now, like you said, you have so many products. Do you have products for that are built or that are made for small and medium enterprises?
Yeah, we support both large enterprises and SMEs.
Okay.
Our goal is to ensure that SMEs move very fast, reduce IT costs because they usually have very low budgets.
Yes.
For technology or um, for their operations. So we help them to ensure that these costs are significantly reduced using technology. And aside from that, our goal is to help SMEs to scale as fast as they can.
To become large enterprises.
Yeah. So we have technologies that help them to achieve these important milestones.
Okay. It's important to know that you have them in mind, and you're hoping that they someday become large enterprises.
Obviously. So I think we have a couple of organizations that started small,
right?
And today they are big.
They are big. Mm-hmm.
So over the years we grew with them, we support them, and now they are much more bigger than how they used to be some years ago.
Yeah. And so that would that means that over time there's change and there's growth. Now, how does Swifta adapt to the changes of their customers?
Yeah, I think at the core of our innovation is agility.
Okay.
Right? For us, we understand and recognize that it is important for us to continue to pivot when necessary. It is important to learn, to relearn, to iterate, and to be flexible. And all these put together has really helped us to rise up to the occasion when it is important to adapt to the apparent changes, that are that our clients are bound to experience. So a lot of things change very fast these days, and it is because customers, consumers have options, and then consumers' tastes and requirements change from time to time. And as soon as consumers are, as long as consumers are left with the options of selecting and making changes, it is going to cascade down to business operations. And we know that it's important for us to continue to learn, continue to iterate in order to adapt to consumers' demand.
Right.
So we help our clients to be able to adapt quickly to their customers' demand.
Now, how do you monitor these changes? At some point, probably they started small and now they are growing. How do you help them monitor these changes to ensure that, they are growing?
So most of the solutions that we have are data-driven.
Okay.
So it is quite easy to use data to monitor or track progress.
Okay.
Right? But it's also very important for us to get feedback.
Sure.
We get feedback directly from our clients.
Okay.
We also sometimes go the extra mile of getting feedback from their own customers in order to align the expectations of their customers to the innovation that we provide to our clients.
All right. Great. Now, talking about change, the pandemic was just a couple of years ago, like two. How did Swifta adapt to the changes during pandemic?
When the pandemic struck, we had to react quickly because nobody expected it. It came practically suddenly, right? But I think what really helped us, Swifta, is our innovative mindset. Like our slogan says, we are always in touch with the future. we, to be honest, very, very fast. Well, COVID made us to take some steps backward, and think very, very fast. It helped us to reimagine our operation of activities, but all these were done very, very fast. But there was no time. Nobody saw what the end result would be, and we needed to stay in business and stay connected, and we also needed to ensure that our clients continue to do business. We needed to ensure there was business continuity. We needed to ensure that we stayed connected to our clients. But fortunately for us, we had tools, we had technology that was built for that time. Our productivity tools were built for that time. All we needed was just to make some innovative changes to make it adapt to the realities of
the pandemic.
Pandemic. Also, we had to, I must say that we also have to innovate very, very fast in order to stay connected to our customers and to also ensure that our customers were afloat, and I think ultimately, if you ask me, all the steps we took to ensure that we stayed in business, we stayed connected. Our customers are the major beneficiaries, and we are happy about that. I must also say that we are now a beneficiary of those steps that we took, because yes, things are a lot relaxed right now, but the learnings from COVID are still what have led to some other innovative businesses or innovative opportunities. And I must say that we have taken advantage of those opportunities.
So with these opportunities that you've taken advantage of and the lessons learned from COVID and how you've poured all of that back into the business, would you say that business is doing better now than before COVID?
Yes, there's a lot of improvement in the business outlook right now.
Okay.
There were a lot of uncertainties during COVID. Let me give you a practical example.
Yes, please.
Some of our clients were quite careful about revenue, about spending, and that obviously will impact on revenue, right? But although we had to now quickly create or innovate quickly to create new ideas and products that became new sources of revenue for us. But now I think things are a lot relaxed. The uncertainties have been completely cleared. People are now more optimistic. People are now taking more risk. And I think the business outlook is quite better. Although we are in a very turbulent economy across the world right now. I mean, not just in Nigeria, turbulent economy in Nigeria, but the economic outlook of the world is not too great right now. But then things have improved a lot. What has really helped is the product we built over time, over the years, and also some innovations, like I said, features that we introduced during the pandemic. Today, one of our products is an human resources management system that allows organizations to actually manage their human capital from anywhere. It's in the cloud, so which means that you can actually track the activities of your workforce from anywhere. So we have successfully deployed this for a number of organizations in Nigeria. We are proud to say that. And obviously, if you are deploying these and this solution is changing the way businesses are being done, operations are being done for our customers, it is obvious that we will have to also deploy the same solutions to manage our own internal business operations.
Right.
Beyond that, like I said, we are one of the foremost Google partners in Africa, and we have deployed Google Workspace and GCP for organizations across Africa. And with Google Workspace, you can actually get things done anywhere. You know,
Sure.
you can collaborate without being together physically. You can share documents. You can work on the same document. You can do video conferencing. You can engage via email and all of that. Generally speaking, competition is real, right? But for us, we do not dwell on competition. What is most important for us is to continue to drive innovation and growth for the businesses that we serve. We have also learned over time that there's a place for collaboration, even with those people we refer to as your competitor. You know, you can actually collaborate and achieve together within the same ecosystem. And we have practicalized and demonstrated this over the years. So we do not dwell so much on competition, even though competition is real.
All right. So as a company, I know that you'll be setting a lot of goals, right?
Absolutely.
Definitely. Yeah. And you definitely want to achieve those goals, be it short term or long term. Now, what is that one goal over all goals that you would like to have achieved by the end of this year? And why is that goal important?
Yeah, to consistently drive value to our customers, to ensure that we play a very important role, and and provide or create solutions that will help them to achieve their important goals.
Okay.
That's basically the most important goal
right,
in front of us.
Right. And how do you ensure that you as a company stay on track to achieve this goal?
Yeah.
What measures are you taking to ensure that we are staying on track, to ensure that we are providing?
So first of all, we get feedback from our customers.
Okay.
So we work very closely with our customers, and we get feedback from them. And sometimes, like I mentioned earlier on, we work with them to also get feedback from their customers. And we bring all these to the drawing board, to the table, and see the solutions we have, how these solutions are catering to the expectations of the customers. Where there are gaps, we quickly make provisions. We quickly fix those gaps and ensure that we are on top of our game.
Now, talking about staying on top of your game, in addition to the products that you've built and that you've helped to sell, what other innovations are you thinking about? What other innovations should we watch out for from Swifta?
There are a lot of things we are cooking.
I think I can.
So there are. I may not be able to disclose everything,
right?
Because of some confidentiality clauses and all of that.
Okay.
But I can tell you that we have a lot of partners. There's a solution that we are going to be rolling out soon. It involves partnerships with about 10 organizations, and we happen to be in the middle of these organizations providing a solution that aggregates services, and ultimately final consumers are going to be the biggest beneficiaries of that solution. So I think you'll hear from us
very soon. Yeah, I really look forward to that. Now, talking about partnerships, having companies to partner with presently and before, would you say that over the years you've gained more partners due to the services that you provide?
Yes, I would say that some partnerships that we've closed or established have been as a result of the successes we recorded in the course of delivering our services and products, right? But then there are some partnerships that were deliberate. We knew we needed those partnerships and we went for those partnerships. We started the engagement, and then by the time those partners see what we had or saw what we had on the table, they were very interested in doing business with us. So yes, the successes recorded in our businesses has led to more partnerships. But then there were cases where we knew for us to get to the next level, we needed to be deliberate about certain partnerships, and then we went for them.
Have you ever been turned down by any company to say, "Oh no, we're not, going with this, or we don't"? And how did you work with the rejection? How did you take it?
So I would say that in business, you must get used to rejection and objections, right? There were cases where some partners said no, absolutely at first. And then by the time we began to show them the value proposition and what they also stand to benefit beyond what we benefit, and when we also showcase what society at large, because business, it's not just about making money, right? It's not always about making money. It also involves impact. How do you impact your environment positively? How do you impact people's lives? How do you improve people's lives and all of that? So by the time we show our value proposition in clearer ways, some partners would have no choice but to
come partner with you,
to come on board. So yes, there were a few rejections here and there, but most of the time the partners ended up aligning with our proposition.
Well, I'd say a very big well done then.
Thank you.
Now, finally, with over 19 years experience in both tech and the business space, how would you say that Nigeria is doing in both systems, both in tech and business? How well would you say Nigeria is doing?
I think the tech business is on the rise.
Okay.
If you ask me, and we have made a lot of progress so far, right? And this is evident in the boom we see in the telecommunication space, in the fintech space. I think we begin to see a lot of traction in the renewable energy space, in the agric business, agric tech space, and all of that. And I think that there's more room for improvement, I must say. The opportunities are so huge, right? And I also think that the influx of investors into Africa has really helped startups to begin to explore new verticals, begin to channel new direction. And I see this improving over time. Tech will continue to be on the rise. A lot of things, a lot of business activities, a lot of social activities need to be automated. And new ways of doing business need to be invented. And I must also say that young people are very, very eager to embrace tech. There's a lot of effort being put into growing the space, not just by established organizations, but even by young people. You see, for instance, let's use the creative industrial example. There's a lot of improvement in the social media space.
Sure.
There's a lot of improvement and innovation and creativity in the media, digital media space and all of that. So I see this growing more and more over time. because technology has come to stay.
Yes, it
And
does.
Africans are embracing
It's true.
technology.
And I want to also believe that Swifta is hoping to, move with, the at the space at which people are embracing
Yes,
technology. So make sure
obviously.
that they are there to always provide tech solutions to their needs.
Like I told you, we're always in touch with the future.
Exactly.
That's
So
that's our slogan. And one thing we also take very seriously, I must say, is that we try our best to ensure we also empower young people.
Okay.
We mentor young people, we grow young people, we give them the opportunity to get exposed. It is not enough to just learn technology. You also need to be in an environment where you can thrive. And we create this environment for young people, interns, fresh graduates, and all of that.
Okay. Well, these and so many other innovations are what I personally look forward to from Swifta. Well, thank you very much. Now, moving on to the next segment that I call the moment of truth. Would like to know, just a few things about you. So, are you ready for that?
Yeah, well, I'll try to answer
as much as you
I
can.
can.
All right. So tell us, what is your typical day like?
Oh, okay. Typical day. Okay. So, obviously, I wake up in the morning.
Yes. Right.
So I usually have my quiet time.
Okay.
After my quiet time, sometimes I exercise, and after my exercise, I jump into working. I go into the work mode.
Work mode.
Yeah. So, it's usually a very, very busy day, I must say, right? But in the evening, I have my evenings distributed among a couple of activities.
Okay.
Very importantly, family time.
Yes.
Social activities, studying, playing lawn tennis or playing tennis. Yeah, I love exercising, and tennis is one of my ways of exercising. And then I think that's about it. Also, sometimes you still have to work in the evening.
Right.
Work never really ends.
Right. Now, as a tech person, I would always hear people say, "Oh, tech people are no fun. They're introverts. They work a lot." But for you, what do you do for fun? Maybe when work gets so, when it gets so busy, or when you're just bored or you're just tired.
Okay, so for me, I walk around.
Oh, that's a different one. Okay.
So I walk around, take some break during working hours.
Okay.
But really, it's hard to really measure what qualifies for working hours actually, because sometimes you have to work beyond 9 to 5, right? But like I mentioned earlier, I play tennis. So I find time usually in the evenings to play tennis, just to relax. I also make effort to connect with friends, social gathering. It's also beyond helping us to relax, actually. It's also an opportunity to learn from others, because when you sit down with people of like minds, professionals and all of that, you begin to learn how things are done from other perspectives and all of that, from other industries. So for me, it's another form of relaxation, right? Apart from that, what else?
Nothing else.
I read books too.
Okay,
and it's also a form of relaxation.
Sure. Now, talking about learning from other people, I would do you, as a CEO, do you have any other CEOs that you look up to, probably in the tech space or in the business space, or outside this?
There are a number of them, and I don't know whether I want to start mentioning names, but yes, there are a number of them, both within and outside Nigeria. There are some global leaders that you just admire and look up to, and hoping that one day you get to where they are today. But that comes with a lot of consistency, then studying what they do, why they do what they do. And yeah, there are a couple of them in Nigeria and outside Nigeria. And and it goes beyond my industry, I must say. There are those who are outside the tech industry that you also admire and that also motivate you. And I have those that once in a while I go to for advice. Their mentors, they advise for mentorship and all of that. So there are a couple of them.
Great. I believe that everybody should have someone that they look up to, well, that would help them positively in how they do things. And true. Now, would you describe yourself as a risk taker?
I think every businessman
should be a risk taker.
Apart from being a tech professional myself, obviously CEO, you're an entrepreneur, you're a businessman, and in business you must take risk. The road is not always clear, but at times you have to just take a leap of faith,
right,
and take some decisions. And sometimes you win, sometimes you get your fingers burnt, but getting your fingers burnt doesn't mean it's the end of the road. Sometimes, or many times, it's part of the learning process. Yeah, so risk taking is very important for every entrepreneur.
I have someone who would say you have to don't look before you leap. You should leap before you look, or else if you look before you leap, you wouldn't want to take that leap.
There's a place for calculated risk, I must say. So sometimes you have to look before you take the risk, but sometimes don't stay glued to looking. There has to be a balance. There are times when yes, you have to just act fast. And there are times when you have to analyze situations very carefully before you take the risk.
Right. Is there anything outside the tech space that might likely come up for you in the future?
How do you mean?
Maybe something different from the tech space that you might like to do.
To venture into like a business, right?
It could be a business, it could be a vacation.
I think I love sport a lot.
Okay.
It is possible that somehow, somewhere, obviously currently I get involved in sporting. That's some sporting activity. I get involved in sporting activities.
Okay.
I invest some time into it. So there could be. I might decide to invest much more into it in the nearest future.
Okay.
So I think sport is something I might venture into. Okay. I also love real estate. Maybe at some point.
Okay.
I will also get involved more
in real estate. I think well, as someone who is a tech professional and has a couple of products that would help businesses, I believe rather that venturing into real estate wouldn't be a problem because you have already these products that would help sell your business. So anyway, for whenever you're ready to do that, I would love to see you. All right. So finally, what advice would you like to give to people who would want to venture into this your kind of business, into the tech space or into the business space?
So I think that is a number of questions put together in one.
All right.
Because one thing is to get into the tech space. Another thing is to get into the tech business.
Okay.
Maybe another thing is to be
a CEO.
So they are not actually the same.
Okay.
So getting into the tech space, I think you need to look at yourself. First of all, I think you need to get a mentor. That's the first step.
Okay.
Try to understand what are the things, what are the opportunities, what are the activities, how is the tech space structured. You need to understand um, the structure of the tech space. And then you need to begin to ask yourself, I mean, once you are properly mentored, you need to make a decision because there's a lot. I mean, tech is like a sea, you know, there's a lot of areas in tech. So you need to make a decision.
You have to pick a niche for yourself.
What exactly do you want to do? You know, for instance, there is software development, we have IT testing, we have solution architecture, we have business analysis, we have project management. You know, there are a whole lot of roles to be played in the tech space.
Okay.
And you need to know perhaps what you are passionate for, what excites you. And before you can take that decision, I think you need a mentor that will guide you, aright. You know. Talking about
The tech business.
the tech business, obviously you need to understand the tech business. You know, you need to understand certain things in the tech business. And then the tech business also requires focus. You know, you need to really focus on what you really want to do. Similar to getting a role in the tech space, you also need to focus on your vertical. You need to pick a sector or a problem that you really want to solve, right?
Okay.
And then focus on it. It takes time. I mean, nothing happens overnight.
Right.
You can't get into the business today and then start making progress 2 days later. No, it doesn't work that way. You know. And what I also realized over time is that the tech business requires you time to build.
Okay.
Before you begin to offer solutions to the market, and then before you begin to scale bit by bit, right? So you need to have patience. You need to love it. You need to build. You need to develop the culture of building. You know, because it takes time to build, and then you begin to scale thereafter. CEO. CEO of a tech business must be very disciplined. You must be a hard worker. It consumes a lot of time. And then it also requires, I mean, managing tech people, tech resources, tech professionals is a different kettle of fish. So I think somehow you have to learn that, you know. It's a very, very peculiar industry, I must say.
Okay.
And you must understand the arts of learning, of managing tech resources, because mostly they don't say things the way, I mean, way people say things traditionally. Their view of how things should be done are usually totally different. And some people see them as deviant or people who are probably who are crazy upstairs and all of that. So you need to understand the peculiarities of managing tech people, because see, the bulk of the work is in managing people, right? Yes, you need the other bit of processes, lead generation, revenue generation, customer base, and all of that, and taxation and all of that. But then you need to understand that art of managing tech people.
Okay.
And then, so as CEO, you must be patient. You must understand that you must build. You know, the reality of the tech business, is that things are built over time. It might take 3 months, it might take 6 months, it might take 1 year, but you must cultivate the habit of building. And it's hard to just believe that there's instant wealth. There's this perception that once you go into tech, you just reach the next thing.
Yeah.
That's not true. You know, started making success after devoting time to building. So the first step is to build. And when you build, then you begin to scale. And then you begin to record success.
Well, we've heard it all from the CEO himself. that Rome was not built in a day,
Yeah.
and that to record success, you have to, be patient. You have to build. You have to, take time to stay in the process, and then you begin to scale, and then before you know it, success story starts. Thank you so much, Ayotunde Farinu. We had a swell time with you today, and it's a privilege to have you also on the show. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure speaking to you.
Yes, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, guys. That's all that we have for you on this episode of the CEO's Corner. Personally, I've learned that to be successful takes time, and like I said earlier, you have to be ready to work and stay in the process to build and all of that. So for more interesting episodes like this of the CEO's Corner, please do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Honest Nigeria TV, and also follow us on all our social media platforms. And until next time, my name is Flora. Take care.